Hey everyone, Ava here, and today we're going to be playing Three Flowers. This has been developed by CupOfAdonis, and you can find it over at Itch.io. And I'm not really sure what the game is about, but I have to say it looked interesting, so yeah, let's just get right into it. Now this is just a demo prototype, so yeah. The novella is free from censorship. Yay! It's the first game. Cool. Images faded before my eyes, created before by another blurry dream. Voice broke into the silence, like the ringing of a bell, and fall out in an intelligible whisper. Would you like to be possessed by me? I hear the strange voice ring in my head, as if enveloping me like a warm and heavy blanket. Voice pauses for a moment, waiting for an answer to a question. What? No, and unfortunately, I am already possessed. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Naturally, do not blame me, but I think it is cute. Anyway, I'm the one person you have, Ducky. Don't call me that. This nickname is full of painful memories. I thought you liked it. I know you better than anyone else. We are so alone. We only have each other. Fine. In that case, what should I call you? Yeah, we'll choose our name. You could have asked me. I would have chosen a marvelous name. Either way, you should wake up. We will definitely meet again, Ava Pollard. Will? I woke up in a cold sweat and lazily opened my eyes, looking up at the ceiling. What a strange dream. In my dream, it was so dark around me, so lonely and cold, my head felt like a little dizzy. But it is good that this is just an incomprehensible nightmare. Rising from my bed, I casually cover the bed with a blanket and yawn drowsily. My head hurts a little. The alarm clock hasn't rung yet? Seems that this dream completely unsettled me, since I got up earlier than expected. Looked at my phone. It's only 9 a.m., but the sun rays were already passing through the curtains of my window. Birds chirped outside. Well, yeah, 9 a.m. is pretty late. Those things usually happen a little bit earlier than that. Looks like I don't need to rush much. Meanwhile, I can play games or write some short story. Or, I don't know, sketch my new design. Just need to finish one thing. And try setting my resume for a clothing designer job again. At least for character creator. But finding a really good job turned out to be harder than I thought. Tell me about it. I looked around my dark room full of orange hues. There were garlands on the walls, photos of cute animals that I personally took during my walks. On the wall was my large mirror, which I like to look at before going out to make sure I looked neat. I looked myself up and down. Hell, I do not even know what I look like. Yeah, I look fine, whatever. Oh yes, I think I look pretty good. I recently dyed my hair a deeper red, and also got myself some cream for skin. But I do not use it often enough. And also, I like this hoodie that I sewed myself. It was hard to decide on the design. Ha! I smiled timidly at my reflection in the mirror. Anyway, I hope today is going to be a good day. At least nobody didn't wake me up with screaming. I quietly walked out of my room because, frankly, I didn't really want to stay in this house for another hour. The door creaked behind me. Today I have to take a package to my aunt, Jamin. Jamin? This is my only income because my job applications often get rejected. Leaving carefully from my room and going to the kitchen, I see a familiar view. Ooh. Unfortunately, the kitchen, as always, was in poor condition. There was an unpleasant smell of something sour. There was garbage on the floor. I picked up the package from the table, and I carefully jumped over the body of my sleeping mother on the floor and fled into the street. Great! I already set one foot out the door before I turned around. Say goodbye. Be nice. I pursed my lips and quietly said, I'm leaving. I will be back soon. I heard the grumbling of my sleeping father. And a glass bottle flew at me, partly still filled with beer. My heart stopped for a moment when I saw that there was glass bottles next to my father. If he grabbed one of those, his throw would be fatal for me today. So we have a crappy family. In the end, I decided to just leave. Honestly, I do not think they actually care about what is happening right now. The street is a small town, is immersed in a quiet, melancholic mood. People slowly walk past small private houses, absorbed in their thoughts. Sidewalks are adorned with blooming flower beds, and the smell of freshly cut grass is in the air. I noticed a small cafe next to me, and I could smell the coffee. And this smell greatly teases my hungry stomach. Oh, indeed, I completely forgot to have breakfast. Maybe I should go there, even though I don't have much money. Yeah, let's go. Well, I think I deserve some coffee. Coffee is the way to go. Although, why I deserved it is not entirely clear, because you're human. Or maybe not human, I don't know. I see a girl with oh, she's wearing something on her head. Those aren't real. You can even see the little, at least I don't think those ears are real. Entering a coffee shop, I looked around. The cafe looked comfy enough. Bright pictures of sights from different countries hung on the walls. Lamps shone brightly, despite the fact that it was day. I scraped the last money out of my pocket. Suddenly, a coin falls from my hand and rolls across the floor with a clang. The coin slid across the floor with an unpleasant ringing. Damn! I leaned towards the coin, but it was skillfully picked up by a girl. Give me back my coin! Ooh, there's some animation. She looked right at me.
Whoa, boy. Can you be a bit quiet?
I immediately timidly recoiled, removing my hand and straightened up. A girl I didn't know stood up, handing me my coin.
Is that what you're looking for, man?
I pursed my lips, nodding to her. I quickly took the coin and looked at the girl in front of me in silence. She had a in gothic. She had gothic clothes and pale skin, white hair with a purple streak. Maybe I always tend to just read what's on the screen. Maybe I should stop trying to do that and just make things make sense. I don't know. Her eyes beamed with a color like a jello flower, and her lips, adorned with black lipstick, stretched into a friendly smile. But she decides to break the awkwardness. Ah, good hoodie. You look so good in it. She said it rather abruptly. What is she leading to? No, really, cool style. Thank you. I thought she was going to be voice acting the character the whole time. No, seriously, why is she even talking about my clothes? You are not the talkative type, are you? The girl handed me a coin and looked at me more closely. She studied me and inspect, and her gaze mirrored a world within her eyes. You look somewhat familiar. I tense up. I don't like it when some strangers recognize me. It can lead to problems. Anyway, you look very tired, boy. You seem to be much younger than me, but you look like you went through lots of shit already. Oh? Do you work somewhere? Not really. My work is hard to explain, and maybe I should not even start talking about it. I am just, a delivery guy for relatives. They live far apart, so I drive like this. Damn, why did I start it? My tongue is my enemy.
Delivery guy? That's charming.
And the voice acting's back. Well, helping relatives is a good thing to do, and it's gone. Stranger let out a soft laugh as she smiled at me. Anyway, I am a barista at this coffee shop, but today is my day off. You look really cute. How about I treat you to a cup of coffee? I'm slightly bent over from the tension. What does it mean? Do I look like a beggar to her? Like a hungry student? Well, we kinda are. Maybe she's the same girl that loves youngsters. Dude, are you okay? Are you tripping balls? She switched to a whisper. Drugs are not salvation. Hey. She turned to me, noticing how, even from slight excitement, I begin to scratch my hand. Oh no, I'm not. Why did you say that? I'm alright, sorry. Let's not involve the cops into all of this. I was just jogging and decided to take a break from it. For a moment, I took my breath away. Chill, I'm only messing with you, little guy. Like, joking around. Haha. Just, I used to work in a drug addiction support service before. I don't look like a drug addict. She paused for a moment and gave me a reassuring smile. It was clear that she wanted to change the topic. Do I look like a drug addict? Okay, sorry about that. I accidentally added a little awkwardness to our convo. Then, all the more you need something that gives strength. So, about coffee. Would you like me to buy it for you? What should I answer? Yes, please. Oh yeah, that's very kind of you, I guess.
Of course, kid. Then, would you like some syrup in a coffee?
Hazelnut. Miss, I am sorry, but I relied on my intuition, and stranger didn't seem like a bad person to me. But I still cannot suppress my distrust of others. Why are you doing this? Huh? Are you talking about coffee? I want that, I want to support teenagers who express their freedom of speech and fashion. The spirit of Protestantism flows in the veins of the young. Are you really that old? Actually, no, not really. And also, as I was saying, I thought you, well, a lost soul. Again, sorry for that. It's a habit to meddle in things that are not my business.
And that's all. Just, looking at you, I remember the past. And you clearly need to cheer up.
So, you want me to put in syrup in your coffee? I never refuse my words. Latte with banana syrup, please. Banana? I answered her, pulling the edges of my hoodie out of slight excitement. With banana syrup? You remind me of my friend. I smiled modestly at her words. The stranger ordered me coffee and gave me a plastic cup with coffee in it. She adjusted her gray gloves, pulled over her elegant hands. Thank you.
Catherine. My name is Catherine.
The smile of the goth girl was very affectionate and sincere. Her white, perfect teeth appeared. And you? Oh, I prefer to remain anonymous. Got it, little guy. Catherine winked playfully. But still, I would like to know a little more about you. Why? Why not? Do not get me wrong, but I am a trainee. Trainee? I train my confidence. It is useful to tell people pleasant things and revelations. I like to approach people I don't know and tell them compliments. Their smiles invigorate me. Makes me more confident and daring. Never heard of this method. This is not taught in school. I had some doubts that this method of hers generally works. I looked at Catherine through my squinting eyes. What? You don't trust me? Then why don't you check it out yourself? The words sounded like a challenge. She looked at me with such confidence, as if she had known me for a long time, in order to know for sure that I would succeed. Okay, I'll try, somehow. Good spirit. So, do you have any dreams? To survive this nightmare. Are these questions also part of your training? I have no doubt, bud. Well, becoming a designer? I want to be a veterinarian, but, I wasn't accepted into college. Catherine looked at me in surprise, her eyes wide. Did I say something wrong? Oh, I'm just lucky enough with meeting people like you. I have a good friend who is also interested in this topic. Sometimes we throw charity parties. Charity parties? We're a part of the nature relief team. Sometimes we go to clean the rivers from pollution. Sometimes we help homeless animals and people. And all at the expense of our account and audience donations. To be honest, I wasn't surprised. I wouldn't say right off the bat that she's interested in that. And apparently has a very strong interest towards that. So, you leading your own YouTube channel or something? Well, what better way to say it? This channel belongs to our boss. He organizes the collection of the team and funds. I'm just one of the participants. There are many like me. Sounds fun. I smiled shyly, thinking about how nice it must be to spend time with people who work for the common good. An image of my parents immediately appeared before my eyes, and the words, "You are just like them. Same thing awaits you as them." I'm on the verge of believing it. Maybe you know what I think. What about... Wait a second. Catherine took a napkin from the table, took out a pen from the inside pocket of her cape, and began to write something. She was thoughtful, lost in her thoughts. When she finished writing on a napkin, she handed it to me. Take it. This is my phone number. Oh, I don't call people often. I'm interested in making your dreams come true. If you really want to become a veterinarian, I think I can get you good experience in our team. Why me?
God, man, relax. I'm telling you, I like you.
Is there anything weird about helping strangers? Probably not. Honestly, I'm very excited. Suddenly the ringing of the phone made me flinch and jump from. Oh, someone calling me. Catherine looked at her phone. Sorry, boy. I have to go on business. See you later. She immediately jumped up and hurried out the door. Looks like I chatted her up and she was running late now. Exactly. I myself need to go to my aunt. I ran to the door, holding my coffee and a package for my aunt, and ran out into the street. I ran to... That's the wrong two for that. Oh, no, I get it. I ran to the door. Okay. Okay, never mind. I circled the coffee shop at a fast pace and rushed to my aunt's, carrying the package with me. The package was covered with empty packets of chips. I hope no one picks on me with questions about what is in there. Fortunately, my aunt lives not far away, but my parents are still not able to visit her in person. After walking for about 20 minutes, I finally see the roof of her house and quicken my pace. Here's the door to her house. Finally, I'm here. I knock, waiting for the door to be opened for me. Who is this? I hear my aunt's grumbling, frighteningly low voice. I try to answer her confidently and loudly. It's me. Ah, is that you, youth? Before opening the door for me, I saw my aunt's shadow flicker in the window of her house. She opened the door for me and looked me over with an appraising look from head to toe. Then her eyes rested on my package. Giggity. Oh, that's right, we brought a package. Nobody tried to spy on you? Nobody. I calmly answered her and gave the package, and the aunt walks a little deeper into the house. I decided to ease the tension between us a little. How's your daughters doing? For example, Mary. I haven't seen her for a long time. Meh, she's fine. She's in extra ballet classes right now. It's such a pity that she stopped trying to learn better. I spent so much money on her. Oh. My aunt hands me the money, which I immediately start counting. I'm sure she'll get better in time. She just needs to... Oh, Auntie? It's less than the agreed amount. I frown, looking at the bucks that I've been counting over and over, so I don't start a fight with my aunt for no reason. Of course. Tell your fucking ungrateful disgrace of a dad that he owes me a lot. But... I lowered my head in frustration and pursed my lips. I wanted so much to save up for new beautiful fabrics. But again, my father owed his sisters. In any case, I can't argue with her, knowing what problems it will cause me in the near future. Aunt rolled her eyes. Listen, youth, my daughter is tired of some of her toys and jewelry. Take it if you want, as a compensation. Hearing these words, I felt like a beggar again. Oh, can I really? I tried to fake a smile not to upset Aunt Jamin. Maybe there's something beautiful in her offering, or something that can be sold. Still, her daughter was not much younger than me. Aunt hands me a shopping bag with some things, as if she had long been preparing to pay me off with this. I looked at the bag with interest, from which I smelled a mixture of the scent of children's perfume and a hint of something rotten. I smiled very stiffly when my aunt patted me on the head. I was taken aback. Take whatever you like. It's what you deserve. She smiled sweetly at me and immediately slammed the door in my face. Great. I sighed and decided to sit on the side of the road to look in the shopping bag for something of interest to me. Still, there could be some things that would complement my image. I really want to look inside the bag? Why not? Carefully looking into the bag, I saw there were bright clothes of her daughter, skirts and bracelets. The clothes were somehow tiny. How can I even wear this? How can her daughter even fit this at all? Digging deeper, with hope, I try to find something cool among the garbage. But I only find torn and food-stained toys that appear to have more than a decade old. No, really, why did Aunt Jamin keep all this old stuff? The deeper you dig, the worse it gets. Not only were all the clothes tasteless to me, they were also so shabby. Dipping my hand deeper again, I suddenly stumbled upon something hard, dipped in a slimy substance. My surprise was strong enough for me to freeze in place. It was a rubber dildo. Ew. That thing has not been cleaned in a long, long time. What the hell? And only after a few seconds, I threw this thing away in disgust away from me. I immediately had a gag reflex. What was this thing? Maybe it was here by accident? I immediately wiped my hand on the grass for a second. I shook with nausea. I was out of my consciousness. But what kind of tricks are these? How did she even come up with this shit? Is this a hint that I'm some kind of weird prostitute? I don't know where you get that from. Of course, I knew that none of my relatives support my current appearance and interests, but can't they be more polite? Maybe this is what I deserve. My parents don't love me. Nobody loves me. But do I love someone back? Maybe the problem is me. Perhaps I should help my parents try to get out of alcoholism. Find a job. Resume my studies. There's so many things I have to do, but why can't I? After all, I'm always taking a big risk when I'm carrying these damn packages to them. Running back and forth like a cursed boy. I don't have any people that I'm attached to, nor beloved relatives. Is it really impossible not to pester me with at least regards to my clothing? Accept me for who I am. I stood up from my spot, angrily tossed the bag aside, and kicked it into the bushes. I don't want to take anything from my aunt anymore. She definitely did it on purpose. I raised my head to the sky and see that little by little the clouds are gathering. Looks like it's going to rain soon and quite heavily. I'm not dressed for the weather. Because before that, it was so bright. I frustratedly went towards my house, hiding the received amount in my hoodie pocket. How little did she give me? It's raining. A cold wind swept past, developing foliage. The world seemed to stop, shrouded in silence before the storm. Suddenly, a small drop falls right into my note. Oh, okay, I'll save anyway. One more, and another. This world definitely wants to piss me off. The rain started so fast. This day is getting worse and worse. I had to run into some store for shelter. I don't want to wet my hoodie. It starts raining faster than I could run to any store in this small town. Puddles formed under my feet, getting longer and deeper. My sneakers seemed to be already wet. In conclusion, I had to hide under the roof of the bus station. But unfortunately, I was already almost soaked to the skin. I don't want my money and phone to get wet either, so I decided to stay on the same spot. Realizing that the rain would not end soon, I sat down on a bench at the bus station and pressed my back against the glass. More animation, I like that. I see a shadow leaning over me. Hey, are you having fun? I heard a girl's voice nearby. A bright girl with wavy hair standing above me. She handed me her umbrella and smiled sweetly. Her golden curls fell over her shoulder, and she smelled of pears and freshness. Golden curls. Her hair's white. The eyes were like warm chocolate. Is everything all right? You know, the buses rarely come here, so I don't think yours will arrive soon. Or do you just like to sit here? Ah, stop it. I bowed my head. The situation with my aunt still wouldn't let me go. How painful. There's nothing to see here. I didn't have the strength to speak more. Anger boiled in me, even if a friendly stranger was standing in front of me. The stranger looked at me sadly and tried to smile to cheer me up while she was fixing her hair. Her pale skin and the curve of her hair and voice reminded me of a bell. Spring flower bells, snowdrops, would suit her very much, I mean. So, do you still need help? I just noticed that you had a very sad face, and I thought maybe you were having some kind of a problem. Oh, I was walking home. I didn't expect it to rain, though. And I didn't dress well for the weather. Oh, it's okay. That happens sometimes. Then let me walk you home. Would you like it? Ah, stop pushing that. The girl moved away from me, which helped me get a better look at her. She was short in height, vested in green and puffy dress with stripes printed in warm colors. Her summer shoes hit the asphalt. It's not difficult for me. In fact, I really like such rainy days and often go for a walk like this on purpose. And you're not cold in this dress? I asked quietly, watching how the wet fabric on the edges of her dress and sleeves were slightly embracing her body. Hey, now it's the warmest days. And besides, the coolness is refreshing and it reminds me that I should not stay outside for too long. And I can certainly sit here with you, but I would still prefer to take a walk. Hey, let's go. Okay, thanks. I could use some help, I guess. That's right. You need to be able to accept help, sometimes. So, don't worry, just walk beside me. I have a very strong umbrella. It will close us from a thunderstorm. It will close us from a... Okay. The truth won't protect against lightning. Ha ha ha. I smiled timidly and embarrassedly at her childlike attitude. The girl was clearly in a very playful mood. I got up from my seat and walked over to the stranger. She raised her umbrella over us. But I was too tall for her and her umbrella. Because of this, she had to raise her hands in an uncomfortable position so that the umbrella would not hit my head. And I didn't want to be hunched over. Listen, maybe I can carry it. Oh, of course. I didn't notice that you were so tall while you were sitting. Don't worry about it. I nodded understandingly to her and took the umbrella in my hands. Slightly shook it off the moisture and stood close to the girl. She took a step forward, away from the bus stop. She looked around carefully and took me down another road. That way it will go faster. And I obediently followed her. We walked in humble silence. It's much more comfortable under her umbrella when I'm holding it. Clouds were still gathering over our heads, intensifying the downpour, and I walked until my companion stopped. She was looking at a closed cafe in the next street. Is there something wrong? Oh, they just closed down my favorite place. I often went there with a friend. She said it with a sadness, although rather with a cold. And it upsets you? Probably. Rather, it will upset my friend more. So you live close to here then? Relatively. But it's not that important. I'm not allowed to bring guests there anyway. Well, okay. It's okay. Closed, then closed. Why can't you bring guests? Never mind. The girl was silent for a while, and then looked into my eyes. Hey, you look kinda unsmiling. Can you tell me something about yourself? About me? Well, I looked at her with a wry smile. Oh, I have nothing to say about myself. You're lying. I'm not lying. Which is better, cats or dogs? Cats? Wrong, both options. What a quiz. Books or movies? Books. I blinked my eyes in confusion. Romance or horror? Romance with horror. Ah, you see, but you say that there's nothing to tell about yourself. I'm quick to correct situations like this. That was a little barbaric. Usually people in me like that. Usually the people in me like that. That's the one thing I hate about visual novels. The, the translations are always horrible. I like playing them, but I just can't. The reading them is just, it kills my brain. Like, my God. So, what do you mean by romance with horror? Well, I suppose a drama that contains powerful emotional contrasts, like science. Yeah, I like reading about psychology. But I'm just interested in how people behave in certain situations. It's a bit like solving a puzzle, figuring out what makes people tick. I tried to read something like this, but there is no strength. Although, what I have already read helps me stay afloat. Oh, I understand. I look at the girl, trying to think of something else to talk about. Questions. Now's a good time to save. What about your friend? What you like about psychology? What can you say about yourself in return? What can you tell them about yourself? I don't want to be the only one here who got through your quiz. Okay. Well, between cats and dogs, I chose bumblebees, whales, and birds. Okay, that's not fair. I didn't say my games were fair. The stranger shrugged her shoulders and laughed. Also, I prefer books to movies. Or movies to books. And I really love forensics. I like to turn on my brain, thinking about this or that crime. My favorite crimes are the case of Adolfo Constanzo with his cult, Zodiac, Chikatilo, and Peter Tobin. Honestly, I'm not familiar with all this. Well, then I give you an idea for something to watch at home. No thanks. I'm not a big fan of watching true crime. Because then life becomes even more terrible. My paranoia eats me up inside sometimes. I'd rather keep watching horror movies about creatures and killers that don't exist. You sure they don't exist? Everything is based on some truth. Ah, do not think about it. My friend loves it too. So we often play Guess the Killer. So often our pastime becomes more exciting. Well, I think it's great. Maybe are you doing something like that? Oh well, I'm a bit interested in medicine. And I watch medical videos sometimes, learning about operations and stuff. I like to discuss it with my friend. He is surprisingly very advanced in this area. Interesting. Anyway, I see you are a little cheered up by my question. Yes, thank you. Then we won? What? No, I don't want to. Come on. It's your new entry. Unreal. Okay, I heard you. The girl and I already walked calmly in such heavy rain. It all looked so unreal. The city was shrouded in a light fog as rain cooled the asphalt hot from the sun's rays. It smelled of moisture, grass, and thus wet asphalt. It smells so delicious. I would love to eat the asphalt wet from the summer rain, if it were possible. Is she following my thoughts? The girl laughed softly as she continued walking forward. And, as we walked, she looked at me, examining my face, hair. Do I look strange? I asked, feeling slightly uncomfortable with eye contact. Do I sound strange? Are you talking about those words about the asphalt? So, is it bad to be weird? No, I guess. And Avapod, you're a very nice guy. I think you're almost at your house. Yes. To be honest, I didn't really hear rain anymore. I was a little lost in this dialogue. This walk definitely refreshed me. My house appeared ahead, with a shabby roof. I'm so glad to meet you. I haven't had such fresh dialogues for a long time. I will definitely remember it. We came to my house and stopped at the door. I was ashamed that, out of habit, even through the down... I was afraid that the girl would hear it too. Nothing seems to bother her. Is there something wrong? No, I'm fine. Okay, I'll believe you. Don't make me worry about you. And it's time for me to go back. We'll see you again. Bye, and good luck to you. I perked up a little and watched her walk away with her umbrella. She slightly quickened her pace again, directly beaming with her positivity. How hard it is for me to understand. However, there was already one person in my life whom it was also difficult for me to analyze. It was nice walking with you, little birdie. I bit my lip at I hear that nickname. Yes, I just nodded shyly. Her hair was completely wet, which made her look slightly disheveled and funny. I stared at her like this. She walked away. It was so strange. I quickly slipped through all the rooms I did not need. I felt so much better. I went to my room and locked on the inside with a chair. Took out my money and phone. They seemed to be miraculously not wet. I take off my hoodie and toss it to the floor. I noticed my reflection in the mirror. My cheeks burned like two poppy petals, and there was a strange. It's really me? How long have I looked like this? Did this girl see me like this all the way? I already looked away and sat down on the couch. Water dripped from my hair onto the floor. I completely forgot to ask her name after all. It's okay. Wait, how did she know where I live? And how did she know our name? I don't remember telling her our name. Oh, I guess that's the game. Okay. Interesting. I like it. I like the story so far. Now, there's supposed to be a bit of a, I don't know, horror-ish element or something like that to this game. Something like, we have to be careful of what we do. Really sure. Yeah, that's what it seems like here. You never know which flower in a bouquet can make your day your last. Definitely seems like something bad could happen. Not really sure. But, yeah, I like the game. I can't wait to play more of it. So on that note, you all have yourselves a good one, and I will see you later.